Hello and welcome to this episode of the BTX Beat. Today we're at Wild Birds Unlimited in the Target Shopping Center. Let's go inside. Michelle, thank you so much for inviting us here for the BTX Beat to film in your wonderful Wild Birds Unlimited store.
Well, thanks for coming.
You're very welcome. And so for everyone watching, Michelle and I, we had the opportunity of going way back together. Michelle used to work at the city, and I remember I was super surprised. You said, I'm stepping away from my fun city work, and I'm going to open a bird feed store. So how long ago was that?
So we're ending our 5th year here, so we're doing very well.
Fantastic.
Yeah, it was a big step. I wanted to do something bigger than me, and I think this is where it is. I've always loved nature, and we do a lot of education here, so it's just perfect. I love sharing my hobby with other people, for sure.
Yeah, and you and your folks that work here do a great job, and on your Facebook page of promoting what's available in the area as far as wildlife-wise and how to attract it. So you guys are definitely on point with the education. I want to know more about that later. That must have been a huge step to think, I'm going to go full force into my hobby. Tell us more about how you developed and selected the location for Wild Birds Unlimited.
So Wild Birds Unlimited is a franchise, and they helped me to pick this. I mean, I picked it, but they okayed it and thought it was a great location.
People have definitely been finding it. You guys have been,
Absolutely.
successful for 5 years. So tell me a little bit more about that journey of people coming in and discovering you, and how have you been embraced by the community?
Well, as you know, if you've seen people walk in and we know people by their name, people love that. I mean, we really enjoy getting to know our customer, and I think that's part of it, because you don't find that in very many places anymore. So it's a whole different feel in here to me than most retail places. Well,
you guys deserve a huge kudos for that, because you're right. That makes an incredible difference in the experience of shopping locally. So thank you for doing that, for being a part of our community, and choosing to locally own this business.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Michelle, all that birdseed looks fantastic. So tell me more about what makes Wild Bird Unlimited birdseed better than some of the others.
Well, you saw how much birdseed we have here. We move 2 to 3 tons every other week.
Wow.
So our seed is all natural. We don't put additives or preservatives or artificial flavors or anything in our seed. So they're eating food just like they would eat food in nature. Also, you can see that birdseed, like if you just go to the supermarket and you pick up a bag, if it has the red milo in it or corn, the red milo is a water-based grain, and it has no nutritional value, and the birds will kick it out, and that's how you have growth underneath your bird feeder. Also, the corn, most birds don't eat. I mean, turkeys and ducks and squirrels eat corn. So you really don't want those 2 items, ingredients in your bird food. So, and people's like, well, why do they do that? Well, this is really cheap to grow, so they're making quite a bit of money off you. And
there's a lot of waste in that.
Absolutely.
For the user.
Right. So also some places that they buy from will heat treat bird food, and what that does for them is keep bird food on the shelf longer and less bugs. We do not heat treat our food. The food you buy should be consumed within a month of buying it. But when they heat treat it, they take the fat content out of it. And what that does, again, birds find it by sight. You don't have the oil content in it, they're not going to find it, and they're not going to like it as much either.
Yeah. All right, Michelle, well, while I'm here, I need to pick up a new cylinder to replace the feeder that I have in the plaza. I've let it be empty too long, so. But I remember you told me about, that I should go and think about these cylinders, so.
So what happens is the birds will get a seed and they'll take off with it. Like chickadees are the worst about that, and you never get to see them. Well, the gelatin that's in here makes it harder, so they have to peck at it.
You gotta work for it a little bit.
Yeah, and they're there at the feeder longer. And this is kind of less of a mess than loose seed. So a lot of people love these. They have a hole in the middle, so you can use any kind of feeder that we have up here, and it secures it to the feeder. So a lot of people like these.
Yeah.
I mean, they're very, very popular in our store. We sell a lot of them.
The seed cylinder definitely has the Pennywell seal of approval, even though that's a worthless seal. But I love it, so thank you for turning me on to these.
And also, the one that you're holding is hot pepper. It has capsaicin oil in it. And so birds don't have receptors to taste hot pepper, but mammals do. So your squirrels, raccoons, and possums will stay out of this. Also, unfortunately, rodents will stay out of it too.
Right.
I mean, that's not unfortunate, but that is a factor that can happen. So.
All right, thank you. Well, Michelle, thank you so much again for having us in the store and educating us about all your fantastic projects. I hope that maybe some more people will learn about the store and come in and start their journey down what really is a fascinating hobby. There's so many different kinds of birds. So I appreciate that you guys are here in this community and that you do what you do. And we always wrap up the BTX Beat with this question. As a business owner, if you had to describe Burleson in one word, what would it be?
Flock.
Okay.
And birds of a feather flock together. I think this is a wonderful community, and we've really learned a lot of, we've really met a lot of people through this business, and there's some wonderful people here. So.
Growing your flock.
Absolutely.
Well, that's fantastic. Thanks again.
Thank you, Drew.